Before I start this review, I just want to mention that I haven't been following this game since its early development stage, so this isn't going to be a review based on what has or hasn't improved in terms of the game's content. It's just going to be a review from a fresh perspective of someone who has not seen or played any prior content. First on my list is how Escape from Tarkov handles gunplay. Gunplay is quite smooth and easy to grasp with this game, though it isn't as simple as most other shooters. Most weapons are able to be customized with several different attachments. Weapons are affected by the type of attachments you have equipped, meaning if you are lacking a buttstock, your weapon will have loads of kick to it upon firing. This brings customization to a whole new level that other similar shooter games seem to be lacking these days. Guns are also affected by the environment in a sense that if you are pushed up against a tree or a wall, your gun will aim upwards to avoid going through the object. This also applies to being pushed up against other players, so be extra cautious if you are being rushed by a player with a melee weapon. You are able to carry two primary weapons on your character at all times, as well as one sidearm pistol on top of the melee weapon. There are loads of weapons in this game to find, some common, some rare. There are also throwables such as grenades, flashbangs, or stun grenades, and smoke grenades. On top of all that, you always start with a melee weapon, so if you die and lose all of your gear, you'll at least have a melee weapon to go into the next game with. Next up, we have the looting system. The looting system can somewhat be confusing at first, even intimidating, although it isn't too hard to grasp the concept of it. Upon looting anything, whether it be a body or a gear crate, you'll have to press the search button to reveal gear inside of what you are looting. Gear within pops up one at a time, which leads us to our next point. As you're looting, you may find a lot of items which appear with question marks next to them. Before they are revealed to you or usable at all, you have to right-click on them and press examine. This takes a second or two, but you are now able to see and use the object. Not all objects will require you to examine them, though most of them will. If you kill a player, you have to search each individual item container he has, meaning you'll have to search his backpack, pockets, and chest rig individually to see what's inside of them. This can be a bit difficult if you're in a tricky situation, so be wary of what's around you and try to loot quickly. Overall, the looting system is definitely unique, though it's a nice switch up from typical looting style in games. Third in line is the AI system. Upon spawning in a game, there will be a random amount of players which depends upon the map that you're playing. There will also be a number of AI known as scavengers around the map. The AI do not loot gear, they just randomly patrol the map and will always shoot you on sight. Occasionally they choose places to hunker down and sit, so if you see an enemy camping a specific area and not looting, it most likely is a scavenger AI. The AI are absolutely lethal, their accuracy is good, and they will do some damage to you. They are probably about as good as AI can get. If you fire upon them, they may flee, take cover, etc. And as the match progresses, more and more AI scavengers will spawn. You can typically tell an AI apart from a player because their character will be yelling out random things quite loudly. At a certain point, players can spawn in as scavengers as well as the AI. They will not be the original players you've spawned with, and they will always have a weapon, so be careful. Fourth up, we'll talk about the playable areas of Tarkov. As of the making of this video, there are 5 locations that you can play in, and 5 locked locations you cannot access. These playable maps are Interchange, Customs, Factory, Woods, and Shoreline. Interchange takes place primarily in and around a large outlet mall. There are several places which spawn different kinds of loot, including stores, warehouses, bathrooms, a few office rooms, and an underground parking garage. Customs takes place in an industrial yard of sorts. There are several large metal warehouses, shipping containers, train cars, railroad tracks, and some dense forestry around it all of which spawn decent gear. Factory is a very, very small map. You are locked into a very small industrial factory which consists of 3 large rooms, some catwalks, a few side rooms, and an underground tunnel system. Factory is designed for fast, intense combat. Due to this map being so small, you are almost guaranteed to see combat on this map. Woods is a very open forest map. It features, well, a lot of trees. There are a few areas on this map to loot, such as an underground bunker, a downed plane, a lumber mill, and a few other spots. It features primarily open, exposed combat. Shoreline takes place primarily near and on a beach. Along the beach, there are a few things like a crashed boat, a lootable island, a gas station, and further inland, there's a health facility, which I believe it's called, which features lots of great gear and long, dark hallways. It is quite an eerie place.
Yo, he fucked me up.
In my 5th spot, I wanted to talk a bit about the customization and inventory in Escape from Tarkov. The inventory system is pretty simple. When you escape a match alive, you bring all the items you found with you. What you see on the right side of the screen is the stash. Anything you escape a match with, you can store here to bring into future matches you play. Anything you store in your pouch, also called the alpha container, will remain in your inventory in the event you die. It doesn't have many slots though, so use it wisely. If I'm not mistaken, you can get more slots in your alpha container by buying better versions of the game. In my case, I have the standard, and that comes with 4 slots. In terms of customization, there isn't a ton, but there isn't a little either. There are some basic hats, beanies, balaclavas, masks, and some other things. You are not able to customize your character's clothes besides the glasses, face covers, armbands, and headwear. There are other customization options that aren't particularly for clothes, such as an earpiece and body armor. Body armor is fairly self-explanatory. There are different types, some are better than others, and if it's damaged, you can repair it by placing it into your stash, right-clicking on it, and repairing it for a small sum of in-game currency. The headset spot is reserved for certain types of headsets. The only one I have come across in my travels is the Peltor Comtac 2 headset. It amplifies quiet sounds so you can hear sounds better, and actually changes the way you hear in-game. Notice the difference in this short clip. Is that your light?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still hear him to the right. There are a few interesting things in this game, such as that. Another example is if you're wearing a helmet that has a visor, you see the visor in front of your screen and hear your character's breath against it. Those 2 features alone are so unique and make Tarkov stand out against so many other games. There are a few other points in this video I did not cover, such as buying and selling, quests, and insurance, though I didn't find them essential to this video given this is just a first impression video. I've been having loads of fun with this game and I'm very impressed with this masterpiece that the developers have created. But when it comes out of beta, I may make another review about the full game, though as of now, this game is absolutely phenomenal and I'm more than excited to see where it goes. Thanks for watching and have a good one.
They're at the car. Don't move.
Oh fuck. Oh my god, dude! He's dead.
I got him! I got him! There's 2, there's 2, there's 2!
Go, 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 go.
Why?
What just happened?
Why the fuck was the door closed? I'm walking up on him.
Where?
Shh. Don't run.
Push it up. Hold it. Oh, I'm down.
We're out of this corner to the left. There's a guy.
Got him.
Yes, you got him.
Is that you?
No, it's not me.
Oh, I'm dead. Oh, sweet.
Oh, they got me.
Oh, they got me.